Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak, where we are, basically at the end of a night cycle for this chapter for Edith, and wanted to look into what we have here with... everyone is interesting. Ferry? Let's start with ferries. Van made his way to the Eastern Cuisine restaurant in the Tyrol district and ordered meat buns for takeout. Great, now just to find somewhere to sit and eat these bad boy... Huh? Mommy, where are you, Mommy? Stop crying. This wouldn't have happened if you hadn't wandered off like that, Mina. Hey, it's okay, you two. Everything's going to be fine, I promise. Want me to take you guys to the police station? I'm sure they'll help you. Really? Does it mean my brother and I will be able to go home? Absolutely. For all we know, Abi and Umi could be there waiting for you two already. Abi? Umi? What are those? Anyway, could you take us there? I don't know where to find it. Sure, no problem. It's not that far away at all. You might even run into your parents on the way there. It's gonna be a bit of a walk. Will you be okay? Yeah. I knew she said she would be hanging around here, but I didn't expect to find her helping out like this. She knows the city pretty well at this point, so there's probably nothing to worry about, but still. Better keep an eye, just in case. We're here. This is the Satan district. I got a little lost and took a long way around, though. What is that? It smells delicious. Hey, stop running off. Wait, that's not the way to the police station. Where are you going at this hour, young lady? It's a little late for children to be running around alone. Hey! Oh, don't you worry about us. I'm just taking these lost kids to the police station. Alright then. Just don't get lost, okay? I'm heading on home to myself. What? Hey, you're too fast. I'm just glad he didn't cause any trouble. This street goes to the police station, so just stick with me, okay? Okay. Sheesh, had me sweating for a sec. Wait, what are they doing? That's the wrong way. Hey, what are the kids doing here this late? We're just getting the party started. You bet trying to spoil our fun? I'm scared. Help me. It's just a mess tonight. Look, we're not up to anything. We're just passing by, so could you please let us through? What was that? Don't you get uppity with us, brat. You want through? Well, sorry, kid. I gotta pay a toll, see? Us poor boys gotta eat. Inflation's really hit us hard, you know? Why do I have to pay you, Mira? Do you not have jobs? There's plenty of places you could work at to get some money. Say that again, little punk-ass bitch. You wanna go? Spoiled what? Never got taught to respect her elders. Well, let's get her a little lesson then. She'll pay in teeth. Oh no. Ouch! A coin? Ow, what the shit? How can a little girl hit that hard? Do you still want to fight? Or do you just want to come with me to the police station? No, man, we're good. We start working tomorrow. Yeah, working real hard. Are you okay? Holy cow, you beat me up in the flesh. You're so cool. I want to be strong like that when I grow up. Oh, it was nothing. I had some help for too. Oh, I was just making sure you didn't kill him, huh? The precinct's just over there. Don't want to keep your parents waiting, right? They arrived at the station to find the parents waiting for them. They scooped up the kids with open arms, relief washing across their faces. Ferry and Van were showered in thank yous before they made their way out. Thanks for that, Van. You told the parents to come to the station, didn't you? I don't know what they're talking about there, sorry. How about you, though? I never pegged you as the type to take initiative like that. You could have just left it to the adults, but nope, you really took the reins for him. They kind of remind me of my own siblings, so I just couldn't leave them alone. Oh yeah, I remember you saying something about that. You got a brother and sister, right? You did kind of give off big sis vibes the way you were helping them. It's embarrassing. I am a big sister though. My little sister's 10 and my little brother's 8. Oh, your mom and pop got busy. Must be hectic while working on a tribe like that. Yeah, being one of the older children, I would help Umi around the house, and I'd look after the other kids too. They'd sneak into combat training whenever I got the time. And sometimes I would sneak a peek at tribal meetings. It was pretty crazy looking back on it. I didn't get much time to rest because I was always training and helping out. Not to say this job is easy, I'm not slacking, I promise. I'm giving this job my all, just like my training. Hey, don't worry about it, I know you are. How'd the little ones take it when you left? They cry when all reliable had to leave the nest? Well, yeah. My older brother left a few years ago himself. He only comes back to visit once a year. He's all by himself out there now. Oh. I want to grow up to be like him, so I feel like that's something I gotta do too. That's what I told my younger siblings when I left. But honestly, I still don't know why we need to do this, or why my brother needed to anyway. Could have lent that strength to the tribe and helped us grow back home. So he never heard why he left? No, but I think Abi knows. He gave him permission to leave. I just wish he would tell me. I see. Well, maybe he has his reasons, and maybe when I'm all grown up, he can tell me. I've got a long way to go before I can call myself a warrior anyway. So that's my goal. I'm gonna grow strong enough for Abi and my brother to accept me as a real warrior. That's the spirit. She's more responsible than I gave her credit for. Felt like I'd have to babysit her at the start, but nope. Huh? Something wrong, Van? Oh, no. It's nothing. Anyway, I got these meat buns from the Eastern restaurant over at Tyrell. Want some? What? How do you know I was hungry? I'd love some. Those meat buns didn't last long. Van and Ferry quickly resumed their patrol, bellies appeased.
May Arusha grant you her protection, Ban. Ladder launched!
And... Sweet. Van headed to the meet-up location indicated by the mail. Van over here. My thanks for coming out here. It's been a few hours, yes? Thank you for answering my call. Why are you hiding in there? I know you're good with arts and everything, but don't you have your right hand with you, or even just a bodyguard? As I wrote to you, I managed to lose him for a moment. Shall we off then? Let us share the night as man, savoring all the dazzling delights of Edith's nightlife. Already kind of regretting this. 30 minutes prior. Calvert's film culture is truly impressive. Big studio or small, they all manage to release some rather fine pieces of cinema. But ordinary members of the public have places like this that they can visit to enjoy such works is also wonderful. We really must work to further their spread into a theme. Wouldn't you agree, Najee? Yes, our time at the film festival really heightened my appreciation for movies. Well then, now to decide our next destination. Any ideas? Shall we call it an evening, Your Highness? You have meetings with other Calvardian businesses scheduled for tomorrow and beyond, after all. I suppose you're right. Very well, let us return to our hotel. As you wish. I'll have him send the card to... What is it? What? There's been a collision along our route back? Get me the details. I need to know exactly what's going on. We can't risk exposing His Highness to any potential danger, no matter how slight. A-Team, go to the scene and report what you find. B-Team, search for any viable substitute routes we can take if necessary. You sure it was okay for you to slip out like that? I guess it's up to you, isn't it? Given the situation, if by some off chance something were to happen to me, I dare say the obvious person who was responsible would be... Scratch that. I don't just kind of regret this, I wanna erase all evidence that this ever happened and then book it out of here. No, don't be like that. There's no one better to fulfill this role than you. Think of this as a symbol of my trust. Fine. Where do you want to go anyway? Excellent. You're everything I'd hoped for, one. I've marked a few places I was hoping to visit. One closest would be... Oh, excellent. So this is the rock and roll that's been so popular lately. I dare say the fervor of his music could even sweep me away. We can get closer to the stage. Then let us do so. Hey man, that's a wild get-up. This your first time at a live show? Come on man, get into the rhythm. Just match the energy and go wild. Go wild? So like this? Every one of them government suits around these parts famous, so something else, huh? We run the country with a bunch of BS is what it is. You're right, yes, though I'd say that applies to more than just government. The hierarchy breeds haves and have-nots, and this zeitgeist of noblesse oblige instills some sense of duty among the upper class. Also, look at Fancy Pants here talking like he knows everything. Why don't you go back to looking down on us peasants from your panels or... He's harmless, man, give him a break. I'll treat you to a round if you look the other way for me. Now there's a guy who knows what's up. Well, this isn't going as smoothly as I'd hoped. Why don't you read toward some more entertainment venues before heading for the bar force to wash off all the sweat and secondhand booze? This is great. These bars have a different feel to them compared to your average hammam. They're the best place I know for when you need to pick me up. Can only imagine what it must be like talking with a big boss. Indeed, I can't go into details about what we discussed, of course, but one might certainly describe our meeting as taxing, to say the least. I would say for a man so powerful he's fairly candid. Somewhat anticlimactic, really. But I suppose that's what it takes to win such broad support among the public after the distrust garnered following the war and economic crisis. He's a force to be reckoned with, that's for damn sure. I know he's up to something with Renee. Between you and me, I believe my sister would have done a far better job navigating that conversation than I did. I forgot you had a sister. Isn't she a fair bit younger than you? That's right, though her age belies her intellect. Her mind is quite sharp, but unfortunately her tongue is far sharper. She always feels the need to get a word in edgewise, under the pretext of supporting me as the heir to Elsaim's throne. She and my father, the Grand Prince, both have lofty expectations of me. I hope that, when the time comes, I'll be able to meet them. Sounds pretty rough. You got a lot riding on your shoulders. You're not wrong. I wish to broaden my horizons. Also, I can make Elsaim a nation capable of standing on par with the Muria's great powers. That's why I decided to come to the Republic. I wanted to study it and take in as much as I could. That was the plan anyway. Despite that, all I did at first was indulge night after night. Not that I didn't enjoy that, mind you. But that free time just left me thinking... What would he say if he were here? What would he do if he was in my shoes? He? Who are you? Oh, you mean that wandering bard, yeah? Clausel knows him. She told me a little about him while we went far, but... He's quite the guy. I caught wind of a lot of what he got up to through work 2 years ago. The very same. He traversed the continent from a young age, advocating for harmony between nations. I had the pleasure of meeting him once before. He'd come to visit Elsaim, and I saw firsthand what kind of man he really was. Quite the charmer he is. Wasn't long before I held him in the highest esteem. And that's what I've been chasing this whole time. Following his example. Growing and bettering myself for that goal. I fear, however, that I can never measure up to him. He's special in his own right, and I worry I never reach the pedestal I put him on. I feel as though I'm following after a mirage in the desert. So tantalizing, yet however just out of my reach. Ah, no offense, that kinda caught me off guard. Didn't realize it had such deep thoughts. Not like I wanna tell you what to do or anything, but it looks to me like you gotta start living your own life. My own life? Elaborate? At the end of the day, you gotta strive for something more than just being a copycat. Can't always live in his shadow. You're the only one that can choose how to live your life. So what if you get a little lost in that desert? It's not all sand. An oasis will pop up here and there, for you to rest when you're weary. And you know how I'm sure? Because there are suckers like me who choose to be a Spriggan. Now that's a dark and uncertain path. But what I'm trying to get at is that there's not just one way to live a life or achieve a goal. Everyone has their own compass. But what do I know, really? I'm just an outcast, so maybe don't put so much stock in what I say. On the contrary, my friend, what you said has done a lot to put my mind and heart at ease. I never thought I'd be taking life lessons from the likes of you. It seems you perhaps lived a richer life than I first thought. Richer is one way of putting it. Don't know if I agree, though. I'm just a handyman who's been in that business for a while now. Did you have a nice bath, Your Highness? I've come to pick you up. Well, you finally found me, Najee. Or knowing you, you probably didn't even lose me in the first place. I'm leaning toward the latter. I definitely found it strange you somehow managed to shake off the Mura's most fearsome bodyguard. I take that as a compliment. Had it been anyone else but you, I wouldn't have allowed him to remain alone. So long as His Highness had a fruitful night out, I suppose it was worth the trouble. There you go, always a step ahead of me. Thank you, then. I learned a lot during our rendezvous this evening. I feel as though I've peered a little more into those unknowable depths of yours. I pray you find great success with your assignment in Basel. Not only as a client who's retained your services, but as a friend who has bared much to you now, literally and figuratively. Thanks, Your Highness. I promise we'll do what we can to deliver your results. This hasn't been such a bad night after all.
One of these days, you'll have to come to Elsheim. My sister and I would gladly welcome you.
A growing prince. And leader of hope. Good. And now I need to reload.
What's next?
For Yumi's. I hope you're ready, Van. I'm not going to go easy on you. Someone's eager to learn. I'm impressed you want to try it. It's pretty tricky for a kid your age. That's okay, I've watched Grandpa play before. It always looks fun. I figured he might have had something to do with it. I've seen him playing with his buddies before. Why not ask him to teach you instead of me? I'm sure he'd be really happy to do so. Don't worry about it. And I want to play with you, Van. Alright. If that's what you want, we can go around. With that, Van and Yumi started playing. Just the act of teaching Yumi how to move the pieces was a struggle in and of itself, let alone all the other rules and complexities in chess. She'd flick her pieces at his to knock them down one moment, and the next she'd be trying to use already captured pieces as her own. But Van's patience never wavered. He gently and slowly continued teaching Yumi the rules behind chess in an easy-to-digest way. Oh, was that how you're gonna play? Yep, my house, my rules. My mistake, Your Highness. Well, as long as she's having fun. Little by little, Yumi finally began to grasp the rules. Her tendency to make a move guided just by intuition made her very unpredictable. Your turn, Yums. Who's next? I've been playing for long, but her instincts are real sharp already. No hesitation in making a play either. Well, I guess she's still a kid. She's good at catching me off guard. I know, how about this? Take that, your turn, man. Whoa, that's a really good play there, kiddo. Keep this up and you might end up going pro when you're older. Maybe, I'm just glad you're having fun. Huh? Are you not having fun too? I am. I'm having lots of fun. And it's because you are one. You've been so happy lately. You're always smiling now that Agnes and Fairy and Aaron and Rosetta are here. What? Was I not happy before that? You ain't wrong, kid. Not a lot to be happy about back when I'd just started. Just a bunch of shady jobs. I was just seeing the worst in people. I thought I knew what I was getting into, but spent too long surrounded by nothing but darkness, and you eventually go blind. I don't think I can thank you enough, kiddo. That bright smile of yours was like a lifeline for me, even when everything else in my life was grim. If only you knew how special you are. No wonder your granddad is so crazy about you. Hey, are you listening to me? It's your turn, Van. Come on. Oh, sorry, Jims. Okay, my next move is... Hey, you punk. Don't you think it's about time I had my granddaughter back? It's getting late. Crap, I lost track of time. Sorry, kiddo. We have to finish our match another day. Oh, but I want to keep playing. But okay, I had fun. Look, Grandpa. Look, I learned how to play chess. Now we can play together. Yumi. Ah, that's why she wanted me to teach her. On second thought, I may have been too strict. You can keep playing with our good-for-nothing neighbor. Just make sure you don't go to bed too late. Really? Yep, you earned it for making your old grandpa so proud. Just promise not to keep your mom waiting or she might get mad. Yay, I promise. You're such a sucker for Yums. Can't imagine there's much you wouldn't do for her. No one asked you. Let's split into teams. Me and Grandpa against you, Van. 2-on-1? Well, that ain't fair, but I'm in. If I get to play your granddad, then that means I don't have to hold back and... I don't think so. Only one of us gets to look good in front of Yumi. And I'm certain you understand who it'll be. The three of them kept playing deep into the night until an exasperated Paulette finally came to check on them.
More! Teach me more! I can't wait to play!
A family called Montmartre. And now what do I keep? Now Fairy is a play character, but I really like charades.
One of these days, you'll have to come to Elsine. My sister and I would gladly welcome you.
Good. Then... finish nighttime activities. Come to think of it, I know Agnes is gonna go by train. I should probably get what the prince sent me fitted sooner rather than later. First time doing any major mods on my baby in a while. Might as well have some fun with it. So much about turning in for the night. Roughly 2 hours prior. October 18th. 8:50. Oh, that was another close one, but it looked like I've made it in time for curfew. Just. I'll have to try and get back to my room without running into the dorm mother. I think Van is proving a bad influence on me. I need to keep living my own life and making my own decisions, not letting others make them for me. If I do...
I trust you've made up your mind.
Yes. I imagine Van will be contacting me with our answer soon.
Excellent. Where you'll be going for your educational visitation is also decided then?
Nothing gets past you, does it? Just how much does Dad know? Not just in general, but about the Blacklight District too.
Reports are regularly given to him on pertinent developments, and I have every reason to believe he reads them. As for the place you reference, I will refrain from commenting there.
Everything is being done with Dad's approval, isn't it? That place is meant to serve as somewhere the overly ripened juices from the fruit of our unprecedented prosperity can pool and gel. A place where the malice and desires of a certain subset of the population can be isolated and effectively controlled.
You truly are sharp, and from more than the influence of your new job. There is no resisting blood, I see. Perhaps you might even consider following the path of the McDowell family's young scion.
Excuse me. Good night.
Good night.
Yes. My goodness. Do you realize how close you are to breaking curfew? I'm so sorry for being late.
Perhaps I pushed her a little far. It's a bad habit I have when it comes to Elaine, too. Even if I'd still like to believe I'm better than he is. We won't be able to count on the guild this time. I'll need another play.
He really is a crafty one. But I suppose this is just a message from Adios, telling me to see what's going on for myself. I'll also have to take charge of the younger students. This is going to be busier than a simple tea party.
October 23rd, 6:32 a.m. Perhaps we arrived a little early. Odette and Albert are coming from the 10th district, so they should be here before long. I'm really sorry I asked so much of you. Don't worry though, even though I'll be away from the group, I promise I won't let it affect my work. I never had any doubt. In fact, I've already told the...
Agnes!
Oh,
Well, you're early. All ready to head out?
almost. The others should be... Oh, you finished working on the car? Yeah, the mechanic over in Riverside had to lend a hand, but we got her ready in time. If I squint hard enough, I can almost fool myself into thinking it's a limo. The maximum occupancy has been improved from 5 to 8 passengers, and it sports its own onboard computer. We could even fit Agnes and her friends now. I suppose we could. You've been up to some interesting business now, haven't you? Not half as interesting as any trip you're in charge of. On the contrary, it's really reassuring to know you'll be around in Basel. You know, just in case. I could say the same of you. Why do you seem to know each other so well? We have a little history together, you see. Huh? Oh my! Ding ding, another challenger enters the ring. We're talking about 5 years ago. Stop being such a damn tease. Oh dear, how cold of you. I'm not going to get a real answer to this, am I? Regardless, what are you all doing here? Alright, Arizette. This is for you, Miss Claudel. There are sandwiches for breakfast, as well as some coffee. Victor and Paulette asked us to give it to you. They made more than enough for your friends to have some too. How thoughtful of them. I concur, it smells wonderful too. Knowing the chef, it's sure to be great. What's going on here? I had to get in a heartfelt goodbye before you left. Don't make too much of a show of it, you two. No way, she really does have a boyfriend at her job? No, she doesn't. Please, everyone, this is a misunderstanding. We'll go ahead and get out of your hair now.
We'll see you again in Basel, Agnes. Race you there.
Right! Travel safely, everyone.
The long-distance passenger train to Basel, Province de Auge, will soon be departing. Passengers en route to Altair or Crossbell will be transferring at Mart.
Oh, I just can't wait. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that the Republic's high-tech engineering city? That's right, according to the travel guide, it even has something called an aerotram. So, if I may ask, Agnes, what exactly were you and that man talking about? Come on, the train is departing, so let's get a move on.
She noticed me. No doubt about it.
CID agent? I remember when the CID agent in Trails of Cold Steel 4 with this hair color.
Former enforcer of the Society and the adopted daughter of the Liberalian Royal Army's commander. Her presence in the Republic clearly isn't a coincidence. Neither the division chief nor Kincaid have any idea what the current administration is up to. Regardless, I will fulfill my duty and see that his ideals are not in vain.
Damn, this backseat is the life. 8 might be a tight fit, but I could spend the night here for sure. I swear to Hades, if you get dirt on that seat, take off your damn shoes or something. It's a shame Agnes couldn't come with us. Not the same without her. Don't worry, I'm sure she'll have a chance to try out the upgraded seat soon enough. Even though there's less space for cargo, the computer still fits snugly. Yeah. It kinda scares me how that Crown Prince knew how to pick such a perfect gift. Word to the wise, don't ever get in debt to people like that. He says while having the time of his life installing that very same gift. It is weird though, it feels like he's using both us and the guild depending on what he wants to do. Unrelated, but what's Basel like? I haven't been, not even for an operation. Couldn't say I'm the biggest expert myself, but I have been there a few times for jobs. Located down in the southwest culvert on the walls of Auger Canyon, it's a haven of learning and industry. The Institute of Science and the Artisanal District have been around since the Middle Ages. Indeed, alongside those two areas is Newtown, which houses Vern as its center. It sprung up when one of Professor Epstein's 3 disciples brought in advanced technology. Oh, I know, that was Professor Hamilton from the Central East, wasn't it? That it was. At the time, the anti-immigrant sentiment wasn't quite as strong. Professor Hamilton's proposal was quickly accepted by the Institute of Science and the Artisanal District. And so 45 years ago, the Institute of Science and the Artisanal Guild came together to establish the Vern Company. They then went on to further Orbital technology in new innovative ways. Right, like how Calvert and the Vern Company were the first to develop orbital cars. That eventually led to the 4 big car manufacturers being established as affiliated companies. And while Calvert pioneered orbital cars, the Empire was the first one to develop orbital trains and Libel the first to develop orbital airships. It's amazing the kind of things a little research uncovers about the history of something so commonplace. All got to know too. I'll have to keep it all in mind for my report. And we're not even done because all that links to the development of films. Isn't that a bit too simple for a topic? Ah, don't be like that. I ought to be a student again. And I was their age. Wait, I'm only 21. I'm not an old pile of bones yet. The war 2 years ago and the lead up to it was a big turning point in tech across the continent too. The major powers were locked in a heated arms race with each other. The Empire even ended up creating those giant robots. Those Panzer Soldat things, yeah. I've seen them in person before and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Wars accelerate the birth of new technology, and that new technology in turn spurs on yet more wars. Liberal's airships are an excellent example of that, since they were first developed in response to a war between it and the Empire. Anyway, it's pretty clear tech-wise that the Empire was ahead of the Republic during the war. Calvert's back on the top now, though. Yeah, the reparations are designed not to be one-upped by the Empire again, more than fueled that fire. That's what inspired our ciphers and the installation of the orbital network all across the country. What is our military weaponry's got a massive overhaul installed soon too. And the one aggressively advancing all that is... the President. Our hot-ass President, Roy Gramhart. It's funny hearing you say it out loud. But yeah, he is pretty hot for his age, huh? He's become a big name even in the Empire, for a variety of reasons, I'm sure. Well, that just goes to show how big a deal he is on the international scale. Yeah, for how difficult things were at the end of a war, he's done a pretty stellar job of steering our ship. It is true that the current government is handling things extremely well, but that's more because... Either way, large influx of mirror and major changes on the world stage often manifest as distortions in society. I don't know whether that fact's got anything to do with what we're going to investigate.
But try to sniff around for signs of trouble while we're there, right?
Miss Perfect's things shown when we were talking about the place. We already know there's trouble going in.
We will be on the lookout for anything we can glean regarding the many major ongoing projects in the city, as well as ready to sniff out any significant groups and organizations that may be at work.
Right, together with Agnes too.
I didn't even have to say anything, huh? Yeah, you're right on. I don't think anyone drives as good as you is it. You know just how to make those little subtle moves to work with a flow of traffic. Yeah, I've never seen anyone drive so straight. Thank you very much. Of course you got an international license, what did I expect? I know I'm a perfect 5 on the driving scale, but I don't mind leaving word to a solid 3 like you. Better you than 2 over there. Yeah, she's pretty dumb. Wait, am I the 2? That's right, Chief. Better get your act together. Don't you worry, though. You ever really want to make her scream? I'm here. You rat bastard. Don't think you can satisfy my girl for rough you handle. Mr. Ray, Mr. Arkwright, a child is present. I wonder what Agnes is up to. Your great-grandfather left that behind, yes? It must be very precious to you if you even brought it for our visitation. It is, yes. It's no exaggeration to say that I'm who I am because of this. But recently it's given me an awful lot to think about. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't seem to me like you have any regrets about it, at least. You're right, I don't. Someone told me that I make the calls on what I want to do with my life. Maybe I haven't made all the right ones, but even still, my world has truly broadened. I've gotten to know so many wonderful people. I've come to know the nation of my birth from angles I've never thought possible. And thanks to that, I'm now beginning to see how I should face the man moving this country forward. Not even trying to hide it, are you? Wasn't it supposed to be a secret to everyone but these two? True, it was. But I don't know, I get the feeling it's fine if you know too. Ever since meeting you in April, you've been so kind to me. You're the one who connected me to Van, so... Oh, I see now. You pushed me to use the orbital net specifically so I'd find his office, didn't you? Bingo. If it matters, we hadn't seen each other since we first met for a request 5 years ago. He wasn't even aware that I had come to Calvert as a foreign exchange student. It doesn't matter, of course, but then why did you take his arm like that? To see your reaction. I can't believe you.
But really, I like hearing how you got to know him. He must have been so kind to you back then, huh?
How did you know?
Well, because you introduced me to him. You're always looking out for us, Ren. So I know you would never steer any of us in the direction of someone you didn't truly trust.
Well, okay, you got me there. He was very kind, yeah. The one who gave me the push to go from being Kitty to who I am today. He had just started out as a Spriggan, and he wasn't the most sensitive or competent. But he stayed with me, struggled with me, and showed me a path to the people I love most in this world.
Wow, I had no idea. I guess Van's always been Van. So after you met him, you were able to reunite with your loved ones?
That's right, and they're why I'm here now. They're the ones who encouraged me to study abroad, so it's thanks to them that I was able to meet all of you. And through some twist of fate, I accepted the position of student council president and am now heading up this little trip. You really never know where fate will take you.
Tell me about it.
Does he still obsess over sweets, by the way? I also remember him going on and on about cars.
Oh boy. If anything, he's an even bigger fiend about them than he was before. At least, according to someone who knows him much better than I do, he is.
Ah, the resident Daybreak. Seems like they have quite the sordid relationship. Just what exactly is going on between them? I know you've got to be curious.
Not at all. Though, I, might have a small idea.
Crap. It'd be weird if we woke up now. Plus, I want to hear more of what Ren has to say. Kinda seems like Agnes needs a little boost from us, so we better do what we can to be there for her.
I still refuse to acknowledge that guy and his operation as legitimate. But since we're going to the same place, I'm happy to keep an eye on her as her friend.
Of course.
Our next stop is Basel, Provence de Auge, the terminus of this express line. Please ensure you have all your belongings with you when disembarking the train.
Oh.
Finally.
We're getting close.
Nice.
That's the exit right there.
Five minutes after 1 p.m. Basel, the engineering city.
Oh, Van! Just look at this!
What is up with this place? What a wild sight.
On the left is Newtown. Off to the right is the artisanal district.
Yeah. And up top is the Basel Institute of Science. We're gonna be going around till we hit the parking lot in front of Vern HQ. Time for us to have a chat with the CEO.
Basel Station Aerotram. Amazing, I can't believe a city exists in the middle of a ravine. Vern HQ. I knew it was big, but seeing it up close is just redonkulous. Oh, and is that the Aerotram I spy with my little eye? Wow, those are markedly different from the trams in Heimdall. Yo, this place is legit, mad respect. This looks to be a showroom floor for cars. That sounds right up Vance alley. Alright everyone, let's get checked in at the hotel first. Once we drop off our bags, you can go pay the fine people of the Verne Company a visit. So that's why they call it a planned city. They develop the whole thing in big chunks. Or are the HQs bigger than anything I've seen in the capital? Fitting for the Republic's largest private company. And I believe the hotel over there is where the students from Aramis are staying. Oh yeah, we're staying in different places. Cause, yo Van, we're in the artisanal district, right? Van? What's he looking at? Motor Pavilion? Right, should have figured he'd get sidetracked by big wheels. And he calls me a kid. Don't knock it till you tried it. Looks like a nice little place. I'll take you there later if you want. For now though, let's get down to business. He's got a good eye. Small wonder that he's connected to the chief. At any rate, I need to focus on my work.
This place is quite nice. Very calm and tranquil.
I think plain's the word you're looking for. Would it kill them to glitz up the joint a little?
Not everything's gotta be like Longport, kid. Anyway, let's have a chat with the receptionist lady.
Let's do that next time. Looking at the time, it's a pretty long episode already.
Very well.
See who is that agrees. Good. Until next time then, I'm Mace and don't get lost, everyone.